Hello, hello, hello! How is everyone doing tonight? I'd be that guy from that octopus tournament game and say some witty catchphrase, but I actually haven't managed to catch octopus tournament yet. So, happy Halloween. How's everyone doing tonight? Figure get dressed up. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's October, mid-October, but we're getting there. If you're running out of time, don't worry. You've got time to decorate. If you haven't had a chance to decorate yet, why not check out these folks at Thangs? They've got pumpkins. They've got masks. This was the fun project I printed yesterday. It's a Sith lightsaber. If you want one of these of your own, or anything else you see on screen, including pumpkins. I'm printing a ton of pumpkins right now. I've got that 1.8 kilogram spool of Replicatech orange, and I am just printing a ton of pumpkins because they're cool. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? So yes, Thangs is back. They're sponsoring the show tonight, so make sure you give them a shout. As you are all aware, Thingiverse has lately undergone a security oversight. So if you're looking for a new place to set up shop, if you're not content creator, I'm a content creator. If you're a model maker and you want to share your 3D models, why not check out Thangs? They have over 3 million models currently, built-in augmented reality viewing of 3D models on your phone, search via geometry. So if you want to look for a model that's kind of like this pumpkin, you can upload this model of the pumpkin and see what models resemble this pumpkin. Tons of great creators are already there. This is 3D Printing World's Sith lightsaber. If you follow me on the TikToks, I made a TikTok about this one. Yes, I agree with you. TikTok is cancer because I know somebody's going to say that. My mic is pretty blown out. That's average. Let me drop it a bit. Probably got all screwed. Oh yeah. Why are you filters? No, that's right. That's right. There we go. There we go. So yes, Thanks. They have awesome security, two-factor authentication, 3 million models and growing. And they actually right now, if you have a Thingiverse account, you have the ability to import everything from Thingiverse into Thangs, all in one go. So I want to give them a shout out. Thank you for sponsoring the stream tonight. Make sure you check the link below. Print one of these yourself. This was printed in the Sparta 3D Galaxy Black, or Obsidian Black, or Galaxy. I think it was Galaxy Black. It's a nice sparkle black ABS and a sparkle red ABS. Even though this camera is horrible for colors, you get the idea. Fresh haircut. Yes. Stream probably won't be too long tonight. I have a wedding to go to tomorrow. It's not mine. I'm already married. So tonight, we're back on it. We are back on it. The Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder. We are continuing with this build tonight. So for those that remember, we stopped. We took about a 2-week break for 2 reasons. One, the original plan changed. The original plan was we were going to put a Galileo in here. A Galileo, Figaro. We changed that. We are now putting an LGX. So because of that, I had to print some different parts to, or some parts had to be designed to ensure compatibility. Those are out now. How is Skippy? Oh yes, Skippy. One second. Let me get the music going. So Skippy did finish that Benchy. So we do have a Benchy. Skippy finished the Benchy. It was extremely loud and was 38 minutes, but Skippy finished the Benchy. I never even took it off the bed. So yes, Skippy did finish its Benchy. How many hours so far? Just the 2 streams to date. So you got to understand too, when I'm stream, like, you might be able to do it quicker than me, simply for the fact you're not entertaining an audience and doing ad reads when you're at home. So this was actually really fun. So you should actually print one of these yourself. So I got that, and I'm printing a ton of pumpkins. So how's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? Time to check up on chat. Can I see through the mask? I can. So you can find this mask on Thangs. It's unavailable on a few different sites. I don't know where the original's from. But what I did was the mesh glues in from the back. Take the printed meshes, because it's a printed like eye mesh, put it on your printer bed and set it to like 600 to 100 degrees Celsius and let it sit there for like 5 minutes, then take them off and just lay them on and kind of just push on them a little bit. The PLA will be super soft. This is printed in PLA, and it'll form to the contour. And then after that, I just glued them in place. And then I have an old Rift VR set foam, just so it doesn't actually sit directly on my face, because without this foam, this actually sits directly on my eyes and I can't open my eyes. So, but yeah, if you ever need to form PLA, remember PLA turns to mush in a warm car. So just leave it on a printer bed at like 100°C and it'll just get all droopy, and then you can form it to whatever shape you need. So we are going to carry on with the Enraged Rabbit tonight. So let me pull up the manual, because there's been some updates. No, not Enraged Rabbi. I don't know why it decided to autocomplete to Enraged Rabbi, but Enraged Rabbit. That's what we're looking for. Yes, and like that smash button, as the youngins would say. Documentation. You're coming in already? Somebody's early. Hey. You gonna say hi? Hey, you gotta back up. I gotta get you in camera. Hey. Seriously? Seriously? Coda, come here.
He has to go all the way out.
Yeah, oh, he's gotta get, yeah, I don't have room in here. There we go. You good boy? You suck. Ah, you're shedding. Ah, no, take your hair out of here. Take your hair out. Okay, so he's gone. There's enough hair in the rabbit kit already. I know, I've got way too much hair. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to find out if resin with our dog hair impregnated resin actually does make a good substitute for carbon fiber. We're going to find that out later. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel for that. No joke, if I did a video on that, I'd probably do decently. Okay, where are we at? Oh yeah, manual, a manual of some sort. Let me download the manual. Aaron, $7, Australian. Doggo, I'm not Duff, but Doggo. Kilo Cubit, $6.99. Duff isn't here. Where is Duff? We require Duff.
Duff isn't here, so.
So I've got the manual up here. Remember how I said I would finish wiring up the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder off stream? Yeah, I haven't done that yet. But we're going to the toolhead. So, for those that are unfamiliar on how the Enraged Rabbit works, you have this assembly, which is your whole feeder mechanism. That sits up top here. And I actually have gone and printed the mounts and everything for it. I got them in a box there. So that sits up here. And it's got sensors and whatnot. Now, you also have an end stop in your tool head that sits below your extruder, but above your hot end. So I've printed the adapter and whatnot, so we can use it with the Bondtech LGX. And it looks like Bondtech has updated their LGX because they have like warning stickers on it, and it's a little bit different than the one I previously got on launch. So Sifana's new test to do dog hair infused ABS. There you go. Yes, this is the 1.1. This is from, for those that don't know, this is the kit from Mr. Deep Fried Hero. .in. So, toolhead sensor. So right now we're going to do the toolhead stuff, get it mounted. I don't know if I'll be able to do the full stream tonight because, again, I do have a wedding to go to tomorrow. So I'm going to try and not be up too late because we did 4 hours last week playing around with a 1.8 millimeter nozzle, which was very fun, by the way. So let's scroll down and figure out what we got to do. So there's different ways you can mount this. So it works with the stock afterburner. It works with the Galileo. We're going to be using the LGX, which is right here. So we're going to need some stuff. We're going to need some stuff. Does the vase hold water? It does hold water, about as good as a submarine with a screen door. So it does hold water, but not very good. Gonna need that. Gonna need that. I'm gonna need my LGX at some point. I got 15 cart in the mail from him. He's still backlogged. You got a 15 cart? You're doing 15 colors. Dang. Yes. Okay. I know it's in the description. I think I mentioned it on the Facebook. If you have ordered the Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder from Deep Fried Hero, there's straight up, there's shipping delays. He has everything. So you don't have to worry about he's waiting on parts on a boat from China. No, he has everything to ship out the kits that have been ordered. The problem is way more kits than he expected got sold. Apparently, I need to warn people now that if you want me to pimp your shit, beware, you may get a lot of orders. So they are coming. If yours hasn't shipped yet, it will be shipped. He has it. He just needs to put it in a box. But unfortunately, that takes time to do right. So it will be shipped. It's just, there might be a delay. So if you see it, your stuff hasn't shipped yet, that's why. So shipping 45 tomorrow. Yeah, you're like sleeping like 3 hours a night last time I talked to you, so. Okay, so prepare the Hall sensor. You typically use about 15 centimeters of 24 American wire gauge from the sensor to the connector of your choice. So we are gonna have to solder on some wires, obviously. So that's the sensor, and if you look at it, it's got kind of like a funky shape. Prepare the Hall sensor, so put that on and shrink wrap it. So we will do that. I will need my soldering iron. Australian shipping Monday finally. Some wire. So it's showing, what is it? Black, red, and yellow. I need to get some better helping hands. I've got some really not good ones, but they work. And now some wire. So I think I have yellow. Yeah, I do have yellow. We'll go with some yellow. Then the rest will be fancy. We'll use some PTFE. Where's my PTFE wire? So the yellow is silicone because I only have silicone in yellow, but for this we'll use PTFE. This PTFE wire is awesome. And about 15 centimeters, so right about there. Blah, blah. Let me see. Things got real. E3 PSU is out. What? What's E3 PSU? I defended you. Oh, okay. Yeah, apparently this needs to be said, because not people realize this. If you purchase something, if you live in Canada, you get screwed on shipping. Just assume that. If you are Canadian and you order anything from another country, expect to get screwed on shipping. That is not the vendor's fault. That you didn't realize when you purchase something from another country and it crosses the border into Canada, you are liable for any taxes. So 15%. When this FL Sun Super Racer came into the country, FL Sun listed it as a $100 item. And the border company, or the border, CBSA looked at it and went, that's not worth $100, that's heavy. So I had to go in the actual, spend an hour of my time at customs and go, yes, I don't know why they only put it as 100, but here's some, you know, screenshots of a web page saying it is a 3D printer. It is worth approximately like $400 or $500 US, whatever the market price is, because it's not available in Canada or wasn't on any Canadian web page. Convert that to Canadian, and then I had to pay my 13% HST on it, and then I had to pay FedEx's blood money on it for their import fees, or duties, or whatever FedEx charges for just being FedEx. So, if you get away with it, if you order something and you don't get screwed on duties or taxes, assume you lucked out. Or the company you order it from undervalued it, because if it's under a certain value, you don't get hit with that. So the thing is, though, if you're a company who constantly undervalues something and you get caught, you're screwed in the future, because they'll just stop everything you send in. So Mr. Deep Fried Hero, being an outstanding businessman who follows the rules, lists the proper value of whatever it is he's shipping, which he should, because he's following the rules. So it's not his fault if you get hit with duties and whatnot. I accidentally solder these together. 1 second. There we go. So yes. Who became a member? Somebody became a member. Steve, thank you for becoming a member. And Disposable Elite, thank you for becoming a member. Or upgrading your membership. So yes, over the years, I've been hit with quite a bit of duty charges from things that, because I order a lot of stuff. Luckily, for some reason, AliExpress, I never get hit on duties from AliExpress. But if it's coming FedEx or DHL, FedEx is horrible because their FedEx fees by themselves are pricey. So. But it is what it is. UPS is evil. UPS I found hit and miss. Put it this way. Here's the tip. If you live in Canada, if possible, order via USPS. You might still get hit with it, and the fees are kind of shitty, but USPS has been, in my experience, your lowest chance of getting hit with an expensive fee. But unfortunately, they're like the longest shipping, so. Does the kit come with shrink wrap? Do I gotta go find some shrink wrap? USPS is pretty fast. USPS is just regular mail, right? It's not an overnight. Like right now, I'm waiting on something from FedEx, and it got to the shipping center, and it was mislabeled. So they had to like spend a week trying to relabel it or something. So yeah, you can also pick up customs and not pay FedEx fee. Yeah, you can pick it up at customs. here's what I didn't like. I had to pay those fees at the border to go get it released, and then they would release it only to FedEx because the border didn't actually have it. So I still had to pay the FedEx fees on it. I was not happy. So if you look at how to shrink wrap it, you solder on these 3 wires. You put one long shrink wrap down the middle so it shouldn't short, and then the other ones get just short shrink wrap.
Yes, everyone. I know I missed Doggo.
Duff69, yes everyone, I know I missed Doggo. So on YouTube at least, compared to like Twitch for live streams, you can scroll back. Just make sure you go back to live, otherwise you're going to be chatting out of sync of everyone and we'll laugh at you. Go. So we are using the Heart K board for the tool head, so I'm going to have to rewire the tool head. So Steve, your comment there was caught by the filter, but I found it funny, so I'll allow it. Now I need to get my heat shrink gun. Because we live in a civil society, we shrink wrap with a heat gun. We shrink wrap with the heat gun. We don't use a lighter because, again, we live in a civil society. We're better than that. If you don't have a heat gun, buy a heat gun. Diego, 3728. That's to cover your balance. The deep fried hero. Thank you, appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. And it actually was more than that, but thank you. Kevin, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. You're the reason why I'm a voron fanboy now, and also the reason I want to build the ERCF. I'm going to keep calling it ERCF because I know it's funny, and some people get annoyed at that. So I'm going to keep calling it ERCF. By the way, another reason. I never turned this light on yet. Another reason to get a heat gun, just get a cheap one. Keep it next to your resin printer if you have a resin printer. Whenever you go to put a resin print through the wash and cure station, especially the cure station, if there's any residual ISO on it that's still liquid, you'll get like it's like a chalky substance, it looks like, on your print. So before you put your print from a resin printer in the curing booth, hit it with a heat gun. 1, when you warm it up before curing it, it'll cure stronger. 2, you'll make sure it's bone dry, so you won't get that chalky effect. So, I have 3 heat guns and still use a lighter. See, I could see if you just had one sitting around, it's like, oh, okay, I got it in my pocket. But I don't smoke, so I don't even know where the closest lighter is that I have. So we got to put that in there, and it looks like an M38 holds it in. So I'm assuming it goes in with the flat towards the back, it looks like. Taff Fox, £2. Thank you, appreciate it. Urkfa, enraged Russian cat food. That could work, but he doesn't get too enraged. He's a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. Insert the sensor in its dedicated pocket. Make sure it is fully inserted
ERCF
and be aware of the sensor
enraged
orientation.
Russian
Secure its
cat
position
food.
using M3
Anyway,
extrude.
hello.
Once properly fixed, bend the pins so they fit in the channel insert. Okay. So we got that. That seems to be seated. Let me grab an M38. Screw that into position. For resin, soak in ISO, put in warm water. Yep, that's another trick. Problem is, like, I don't have a warm water source in this room. I have to go, like, to bring it to the bathroom to go get warm water or something down here. For those that don't know, I'm in my basement, so. A creme brulee torch. That's a little overkill. That would work, but it's a little overkill. Okay, that seems to hold pretty secure. And then you fold it back.
I heard Deep Fried Hero loves the auto voice.
Okay. And then I got my magnets here. So one magnet goes in the magnet goes in the front, and then the washer goes in the back. Nerq, $2. Thank you, appreciate it. Her Deep Fried Hero loves the auto voice. The what? What's auto voice? Deep Fried Hero loves the computer lady voice. Oh, are you talking about the when you donate or whatever? Actually, I have it off in my ear. For some reason, I can't hear it on my end, and I don't know why. Do I have ventilation in this basement? I do, but not in this room. I keep everything plugged in this room because this is the printing room. So I keep everything not ventilated in this room. Oh, you can hear the voice alerts. Okay, I screwed a setting up and now I don't hear them, but you guys can, so that's good. Yeah, I turned something off during a stream. I can't remember what, and now I don't hear them anymore, but if you guys can, that's okay.
Slice bad, slice bad, slice bad.
That's in backwards. David's here. Everyone say hi, David. Where did the washer go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, so why can't I hear it then? Open volume mixer. Nope. OBS is on. Everything's on. Alerts. Properties. Refresh cache. Roll audio, bro. I don't know. Alert box? I don't know. For some reason I can't hear it. That guy Stan, thank you for becoming a member. 2 pounds Taff Fox for DFH. Slice bad, slice bad. So please don't, like, personal opinions, yeah, but please don't spam that kind of thing during during the stream at least. Okay, so how it works is, for those curious how it works, you have your filament goes through here, which I'm going to go grab a piece in a minute. And then you have this itty bitty washer that I'm going to have to stone just to make sure it's sitting flat. If I can find a stone, I know I have one somewhere. Yeah, file will do. And the magnet pulls the washer towards it, obviously. And then when the filament goes through, it pushes it away. And the washer is what activates your Hall effect sensor for your end stop. So instead of using like a ball bearing, I think it's a ball bearing that Prusa uses in their setup for their end stop. This just uses a bog standard, just a washer. So let me grab a piece of filament just to make sure we are good for this going through. There we go. Oh, I gotta push that in more, that's why. I really gotta push that in. There we go. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can see the blade of the washer sticking out. And when this goes up, it moves it out of the way. Yep, so there, that's how your end stop works, essentially, apparently. What brand is this red? This is orange, it's just this camera sucks. This red right here is filaments.ca value PLA. It's just generic bulk red PLA. I used it for something recently and I can't remember what. Yeah, I can't remember what I used it for. So the filament path. So sensor connection. So obviously I can't connect a connector here. So this is going to go right into the LGX now. Wow, these colors are really off on this camera. That's what happens when you use a an absolutely dirt cheap Camlink knockoff. We need a Nero LLW crossover. What's LLW? A monthly ABS sub. Ooh. I would love to get the monthly filament packs just so that I have more opportunity to increase my my filament magazine back there of all the fancy different colors. The problem is shipping that to Canada would probably ruin any value of it. Out of the way. Damn you, shrink wrap, you're too fat. There we go. LW equal lightweight labware. Okay. I don't know who that is, though, unfortunately. Ever had issues with bimetallic heat breaks when hot? The aluminum extrusion expands more than the steel rails, resulting in a slight bow when creating a bowl-shaped edge. Oh, bimetallic effect. I've heard of that. I know that's like a thing. Somebody did a fancy FEA simulation and showed that because we have steel rails attached to aluminum extrusions, they heat up slightly differently, they expand differently, you get a bowing effect. I've never noticed that on any of my machines. My V2s or my V1s. I've never noticed that. Both of them run just flat on, straight QGL, no bed mesh. And this one has for years, and that's never been an issue. So I won't go as far in saying it's like a snake oil thing. But if you are legit having an issue with your rails bowing, that might be something to check. Now, if you have an indicator of some sort, you might be able to measure that. The thing is, the indicator would have to be in the heated chamber as well. So this would be affected by heat. But that is one of those things you could look into to see if that is something you can measure and actually get a value for. What do I think of the E3D tool changer? It's really cool, but it's not a machine for everyone.
What came first?
I've seen some amazing multicolored prints out of it. And if you want to print with more than one material, so say for whatever reason you need to print with a dissolvable support, printing an ABS part with a HIPS support, yeah, something like that would work. But it's definitely not a machine for everyone. Andrew Humphrey, $5. Thank you. Appreciate it. What came first, 3D printer or the filament? Filament, because it was Weed Whacker line at first. So now we got to start unhooking everything here. So that's the probe. Let's see, end stop. Actually, does the Heart K board have an end stop hookup on it? Here, heart cooling fan, heater fan, thermistor, EX. What is EES? 5 volt. What's 5 volt? What am I feeding 5 volt to? I'm gonna have to go through that. I'll have to read that when I get to it. Right now we're just hooking it up. EES is extruder end stop. Oh, XES, extruder end stop, yeah. So I will actually need to still run an end stop for the switch wire. Because I think this board was designed more for like the V2 and the V1. 5 volt for the Hall effect sensor. I don't have a Hall effect on here. Oh, the other Hall effect. The other Hall effect. Because I got 2 5 volts on here. Ground source 5, or I don't know. I'll have to go. I'll read it. Okay, so I'm gonna take out all my stuff. And of course, I forgot to take the filament out, so we'll have to deal with that later. There's a port depending on the version. Okay. Peter, you can, on paper, the Rabbit should be quicker because it's dual feed. In terms of videos. That might just depend on that person's setup and configuration and how long it is. Remember, on the videos you probably saw were on probably V2s. So you have a longer feed of Bowden tube, because this would be more like a Prusa, because it's just going boom. Whereas on a V2 it's longer. My battery finally dying? Oh, no. I still haven't charged this from when I did the V0 build. Oh yeah, it's from the back. And of course I printed the wrong adapter, I think. Oh well. I can change that at a later date. Am I doing this right? What am I doing? What am I missing? Oh wait, it's underneath here. That's what I'm doing. It's been a while since I've taken one of these apart. That one goes there. So the only thing I'm worried about is my wires for the probe might not be long enough. I may have to either extend them or install a new probe. Which we will see in a minute here. There we go. You can tell which things I printed before I swapped over to changing like using my awesome new super slicer and all that stuff. There we go. Okay. So now we got this guy. Got my adapter plate. I'm gonna have to put some heat sets in here, because of course I forgot to put heat sets in, because I always forget about heat sets. Give me a minute here. If you're going from no tool head to tool head, you should have extra wire. Yeah, it depends how long I crimp this. I should have enough, I believe. We'll see. Any revisions of the annoying XY belt idlers? But on the XY joints, they're the simplest they've ever been. We'd have to redesign the entire belt path to change those up. There's only so much you can do. Oh yeah, I need some in the front and the back here. Like in terms of belt routing, you'll never have perfect belt routing. Put it this way, if ask anyone with a V2.0 who built a V2.0 how those belts were running the XY belts. And the V2.4 belt routing is baby compared to the V2. Back in my day, we had belt coffins, and they sucked. That's how we liked it. It's tricky. I would recommend get like some dental picks or some long needle nose pliers. Once you do it a few times, like if you've ever done it more than once, it's actually not that bad. It'll never be 100% easy because we only have so much room when it comes to designing, you know. Like if we make it more open, then obviously we're going to lose compactness. You're going to lose print volume, or we have to increase the size of the printer or something. There's always going to be a trade-off. There's always going to be a trade-off. You stay there, don't melt anything. So how long of screws do I need? $25mm. Do I have 25mm? I think I do. I do. I'm going to drill that out though. Am I M3? Yep. Just so they line up a little bit better. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now this should fit right on. Oh, I forgot I gotta put 2 screws in the bottom here. What are these? M12s, I believe? M16. I'm running out of screws. How am I running out of screws? Where's my M3 pack? M3 screws, where are you? There we go. I think this is it. It is, but it's mislabeled. Am I missing something here? Do they not have those mounts on the bottom anymore? Did they change the design of the, or am I just blind? Oh wait, no, they're up there and they're higher, they're recessed. That's right, they're recessed. There we go. That's right. That's right. They're recessed. Go. 20 mil. There we go. Quit moving. So, downside of the working on the switch wire, the gantry likes to go all over the place. Okay, so we have that secured. That's there, that's there. We got our wires coming out there. Put our tool head back in place. Which I think I need a longer Bowden tube, if I'm not mistaken. Right, I need a longer Bowden tube, is it? Oh, it's a shorter Bowden tube. Shorter Bowden tube. I really should have taken out the filament before, let's see here. That'll work. Oh no! Oh, I can't wait till this becomes obsolete. Will the filament come with it? No, it will not. Dang it. Nope. Oh well. Cut it, move on. I cannot wait till we get rid of all these crappy nozzle changes. Having to hold it. What is this? And what kind of Neanderthal tactic is this, eh? Having to hold your block while tightening? What is this? What year do we live in, guys? I thought this was the future. Spoiled by Revo. Oh my god, you have no idea how spoiled by Revo. And if you haven't had a chance, watch my video where I just kind of talk about it for 20 minutes. And that's like the director's cut. Like that video is like actually like 30 minutes before I cut it down. But once you use it for a while, you realize like how archaic the current ecosystem is. You'd be like, really? We used to do things this way? That and the heat up times. Oh my god, they're so quick. There we go. Okay, so that goes on there. Double check the length. Right about. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. That goes there. Oh, I dropped my ES-126. That's right. We need laser filament toolhead like the laser welders. Push filament out and zap it with a laser. Laser welders are really slow. So for those that don't know, I have a Dragonfly in this right now. Yeah, I just have a Dragonfly in it. It will be swapped out for a Revo at some point, probably on this, but not today, because I only have the one. And I've tried. I'm like, Sanjay, come on, man, hook a brother up, send me another. And he's like, no. So much for streamer privilege. There we go. Okay. So the one with the, so I'm telling you guys, so when I forget, I can just ask you guys and you can correct me. But the one with the white mark is the, oh my God, they're all tangled. Is the part fan. White mark is part fan. So make sure you guys remind me of that. Hate not crushing these wires. There we go. White mark is park and brake. Exactly. Can't wait to dread not change or change a nozzle, not snapping a heater brake. Oh, it's so nice. Like, I honestly haven't been doing it much. I did at first just because that it was, you know, I'm testing stuff. But then once I actually started using the machine like how I normally use it, because it is in V226, which is my main workhorse for ABS printing, I've mostly had the 0.4 in it. But even now, it's just like, unscrew, screw in, done. And even for those that aren't running fancy vorons with Z end stops, because they index off of the same point and they're all made exactly the same length, you should never have to worry about changing your Z when you change nozzles. It should be consistent. So. Should I build a 2.4 with steel extrusion just for the meme? If you could find steel 2020 profile and you want to go all, you know, big pimping with the steel, go ahead. If you built the frame out of it, it'd probably be okay. I wouldn't build the actual gantry though. A lot of extra weight for 15 or for NEMA 17s to sling around. While I'm putting these heat sets in, why don't you check out Thangs.com? There's a link in the description. They're sponsoring the show tonight. Halloween's coming up. Are you looking for a pumpkin to print? How about a wonderful Sith lightsaber to add to your costume? It doesn't have to be Star Wars themed. Lightsabers go with anything. Remember that. It's a crossover, right? Star Wars is owned by Marvel. Marvel owns, or correction, Star Wars is owned by Disney. Disney owns Marvel. Marvel has a What If series. What if your random Halloween costume of a one-night stand was suddenly, you know, Darth Vader's cousin, and you needed a lightsaber to go with it? You can print one of these tonight on your printer. Link in the description. Okay. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. As long as I never like ascend to the level of LTT segways, I think I'll be okay. Because if I ever get to that point where I'm like LTT level, like just, you know, just make sure you shop at LTT store. Okay. So what else did I get in the box here? So I got some screws. I got a little piece of PTFE. Some extra screws. Did I get a sticker? Do I get a sticker now? No, no sticker. Oh! They got stickers now. Heck yeah. Did my previous Bondtech come with a sticker? Oh, it did! Oh, I did not know that. Okay, well, I lost the box to my first one. I gotta put a Bondtech sticker on here now. And on here. I did not know these came with stickers. This is what you get for not reading the manual. What you get for not reading the manual, guys. Stickers. I like stickers. New nozzles are coming for all versions. New nozzles for what? You should be able to. For the beta I was involved with was a standalone, but I guess from what I understand, the previous beta was using the Hemera with the Revo hot side. The Bondtech sticker is included in shipping. I did not know that. Because honestly, I never actually ordered a BMG from Bondtech. The first one I got was somebody sent it to me to try it out. I can't remember who that was. And I ended up just, instead of shipping it back to them, I just bought them a new one. Like, I just gave them the money and they bought a new one because I liked it so much. That's actually the one in here. And then a fan sent me another one that is now in Toasty. And then the one I'm putting in here, Bondtech sent me. Like, they just straight up didn't even ask. They just sent me one along with the nozzles. So I've yet to actually purchase an LGX. I hate this part. I gotta take the screws out of the back. And I don't know where my good Phillips head is for that. I think it's upstairs. I might have to run upstairs. Shoot. No, maybe this one. Because I don't want to strip these. Okay, we're good. We're good. We are good. That was Nimgria. Yeah, that was Nimgria then. Yeah, he's like, hey, I just got this. Do you want to try it? I'm like, sure. And he sent it to me. He mailed it to me. And I was going to send it back to him. That was the plan. And then after I had it installed on my machine, I'm like, he's like, do you want to just buy a new one or do you want to send it back? I'm like, I'm just going to give you the money. I like this too much. So, now we're here. Oh, this screw's stripped. This screw's bad. Hey, that screw's a little dunsies. Will you ever need a need for part cooling? Actually, yeah. ABS prints surprisingly well with part cooling. To run a fan with ABS, you need to have not a heated enclosure. You need a warm enclosure. Okay, so sorry, that's too long. You should be printing ABS inside a chamber, like, you know, my V2 here. And then the trick is run like a 20% part fan, a very low part fan. And what it does is it helps a lot with the, like overhangs and whatnot. It helps keep your overhangs nice and crisp. Why does that one go in, but this one does not? Do I have different size screws here? I do. Part fan starting at layer 2 or further up. Let me check my profile here. But I'm pretty sure higher up. I disable for the first 5 layers. And then, yeah, so I disable it for like the first 4 or 5 layers. Or actually, I think I disable it for the first 3 layers, and then it ramps up from layer 4 to 6 or something like that. So at like layer 4, it's 20%, or it's like 33% of 20%. So it slowly ramps up. You don't want to shock it. You want it nice and smooth transition. Don't want to go too hard too fast. That's how you get warping. That's how you get cracking. That's how you have a not nice day. Okay, so we got drag chain on. We are good there. Everything clears. So now we got the tool head board to attach, and we got a bunch of wires that we're going to have to probably change. So I'm probably going to have to actually take my tool head off and swap out the heater and thermistor for some longer ones. My fans are probably okay. So yeah, so let's swap out that. My fan doesn't move till 30. That depends on your fan. Some fans will move a lot quicker than others because it's a voltage thing, right? Like when a PWM is down, you're feeding it less juice, and some fans need a minimum amount of juice before they turn on. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to swap these out with some longer ones. Where did I put the board at? There it is. So let me pull up the board here and just make sure I have everything. Afterburner toolhead board. No, that's the Doom one. Where is the GitHub? So this one looks different. Oh, this is the rabbit one. deepfriedhero.in electronics. Toolhead board. Is this it right here? This is it right here. Okie dokie. I think. Was there a box of connectors with this guy? Was this supposed to come with a big fat 8-pin connector? Or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7x2 connector? If it does, I misplaced it. Shoot. Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. A 14 and a 2-pin. Shoot. I might have misplaced them. Nope, that's screwed. grease. That's that. That's that. And these are Molex too, or Microfit. There is that on the back. And it looks like I misplaced it, so I'm gonna have to go find it. But we can look for that later. We can look for that later. For all I know, I might have put it in another container. Definitely a 14. Okay, so it's a 14. That's okay. Worst comes to worst, I just order it over the week and then we'll continue next week. As I said, tonight's stream probably won't be the full stream. Just for the fact that I got a wedding tomorrow, as I've said. And I don't want to be super tired. So we might just get the tool head mounted, do a bit of the wiring, and just kind of call it for now and then continue next week. Pedro, no, that's a pipe. That is a pipe. There we go. Okay. Okay, so heater cartridge out, thermistor out. Grab some new ones, which I should have over here somewhere. Should have a whole whack load of them. Triangle Labs. That ain't the ones I'm looking for. What are the ones I'm looking for? I had a box of them. Where did I put the box of them? I put the box of them. No. No. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Maybe? Nope, that's a controller board. That's a controller board. That's an orbiter. Why do I have LDO rails? Okay, that's okay. It's fun when you forget what you have at times and you go digging for stuff and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that.
Thanks for all the info and entertainment.
Like, for example, here's a whole bunch of wire without actually attached to anything. Thermistor. Beta 3950. I'll go with Beta 3950. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what this one is. Sure. Okay. So I think I cut the heaters off this one. Or I don't know where the heaters are off these ones. Okay. What's in here? No, no. Am I all out of heaters? I can't be out of heaters. I can't be out of heaters. That can't be right. That can't be right. That's impossible. That's got to be impossible. I cannot be out of heaters. Nope. Nope. Oh. Okay. I got one here. It just says Triangle Lab. So, is it a 12 volt? Is it a 24 volt? I don't know. Let's find out. So, who can tell me the math on how to figure out if you have a 12 volt or a 24 volt heater? Geldon, $10. Thanks for all the info and entertainment. Thank you for enjoying it. That's right, those are letters and numbers, and those do math. And math tells you. So if I'm measuring how much resistance. So basically you measure the resistance. If I remember how to do it correctly, it's been a while. Feed it 24 volts. If it's smoke, it's a 12 volt. That's one way of doing it. I really wish I had alligator clips on these. I'm pretty sure this is a 24 volt, but I've accidentally melted a 12 volt already before. So I don't want to do it again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 12 volt or 24. Am I reading it wrong? Okay, so I'm getting like 13 or 14 ohm. 13 or 14 ohm. Yeah, it's 12 or it's around 13 ohm. So ohm calculator. Yeah, it's 24 volts. So if we go to the ohm calculator here and we're measuring 13 ohm, and if you were to feed that 24 volt, you would get a 44 watts. So it's going between 13 and 14 ohm. So this is the dangerous thing, right? If you feed, let me see if I can find a 30 watt heater. I'll show you why this is really dangerous and why you should always check your heater. This is why you always check your heater. I think I have one over here. Yes, okay. So this right here is an E3D. Yeah. So this is the heater that ships with an E3D V6. This is a 12 volt E3D V6 30 watt heater. Okay. So let me just measure the resistance on this. I gotta remember not to have my hands on it. That's why I really wish I had alligator clips. Five. The measure is 5. Did I burn this one out? I don't know. So if you were to feed a 30 watt 12 volt heater 24 volts at 5 ohms, you're pumping out 115 watts. That's how you get a runaway. Revo can't run away. Because who was it? Ray? I think Ray did it. Yeah. Ray hooked his Revo directly up to 24 volts and let it burn. And I think it topped out at 470, you said? 480, 470? Yeah, 470. Where did I put the heater? There we go. So yeah, so... And for comparison, if you're worried about what happens if I accidentally, you know, took my 12 volt heater and fed it 32 volts, it glows, but it doesn't actually melt. I don't remember which side these come out. It comes out that side. Yeah, they glow, but they don't melt. Remember, they're made out of like a brass, it's a brass copper alloy. The tool heads, or the heater core blocks. 470 science. Because it's a PTC heater, so as it heats up, it draws less power. So whereas, you know, our good old-fashioned, if you ever get the chance to see how these things are made, it is the sketchiest thing ever. Like, I really don't blame E3D for looking to make their own heaters in-house and safely. Printing with solder doesn't really work. The stuff doesn't get gooey like plastic. It flashes. Yeah. Get in your hole. There we go. You go like that. Like that. You go there. You go there. You screw in there. Do you reckon everyone is going to the E3D route when heaters in the near future? E3D's thing is in-house. This is not... Like, a lot of people don't seem to realize when I, like... Oh, it's just a maxi watt heater. It's the same thing everyone's been doing. It's just the Omnia drop. It just... The Raptor's a good one. I've seen a lot of people compare the Revo to a Raptor. If somebody could find me a legitimate review or experience of someone who actually has a Raptor, and not the one video on YouTube from a YouTube page that literally only has one video from a Raptor and there's nothing else. Because that thing's honestly vaporware. It doesn't exist. But anyways, those heaters are basically the same style of heater as these, only squished flat and bent into a circle. I really wish they would release more info public about it, but E3D's heater is legit like a new thing. Like not something you've seen in 3D printer hot end heaters before. So I really wish they would put more info public about that. The Ubis hot end heater, same thing. It's not like that. It's not like anything that is currently out there. That's why they're patenting it. Because if you develop something completely new that nobody's done before, you can patent it, in my opinion, safely and without repercussion. But that's only if it's new and nobody's done it before. There we go, there we go, there we go. They definitely exist. Okay. Because honestly, I can't find anything about them online. Like, in terms of, like, legitimate reviews or... So I was looking the other day, and I've only ever found, like, one or two videos, and none of them are reviews. They're just, like... like just, oh, hey, look, here's a video of it printing. What's the Delta printing? Pumpkins! They are printing pumpkins from Thangs. We'll pull it up here in a second. Because Halloween is coming. And with Halloween coming, you need to print stuff because that's what we use our printers for. So instead of spending money on gifts and decorations, you can go ahead and just print stuff. So right now, this is what it's printing. It's that. And then I've already printed this guy. This happy pumpkin I already printed. Rare. I got that big 1.8 kilogram spool of Replatech PLA up there. So I'm going to be printing a lot of pumpkins over the next little while. Oh, yeah. Sanjay's a good guy. If you ever get a chance to pick his brain, if you ever run into him at any like trade show or anything, honestly, the guy knows his stuff. Like he's legit like knows his stuff. Okay, so that goes there, that goes there. I'm gonna have to find countersunk flatheads. Hart, why didn't you tell me I needed flatheads for your adapter? Why didn't you warn me of this? Oh no, the light. .24 volt 40 watt heater. Oh. 40 watt? Yeah, 24 volt 40 watt. Huh, I'll put that over there. You almost missed this stream because you were watching a recording of the last stream. Do you not have two monitors? You can watch both. Things Revo will be good for is non-planar 3D printing. Yes and no. Where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? Where'd the Revo nozzle go? Okay, so the problem with that is if you look at the Revo nozzle, the existing Revo nozzle, as is right now, it's a fat, chunky boy. It ain't a pointy boy. You need a pointy. So they would need to develop a, you would need a different nozzle geometry. Now, so far to say, you would literally just need this part, turn it down, and then push it onto the tube. Because remember, this really isn't that complicated. This is Hemera. That's a stainless steel heat break. And then this is all just one slug of, in this case, brass machined. So you got the tube that comes up to it, and then you got your nozzle. I don't know how far the tube goes in. They haven't released any of the specs, and I don't want to cut this open, so I don't know how far the tube goes in. But you would need a pointier nozzle because you're not going to get much for non-planar out of that right there. But it's a very small heater block. So, actually, before we do this, I'm going to clean up some of the solder joints on here, just because I'm paranoid. So we'll chalk it up to rough handling by the FedEx guy, but I do want to touch up some of these solder joints because I'm paranoid. Yeah, if you want to see, like, on my video, I did put there, on my Revo video where I was talking about the Revo, there is a short clip in there where I have it side by side with Mosquito and a V6, and it's absolutely tiny. Throw in the mill and give us a cutaway. I don't have a mill at home, and I don't want to destroy. I only have the one of everything. I don't want to lose anything that I got. I like it too much. Making a custom tool changer with 5 tool heads, 3 mosquitoes, 1 bulk moss, all with LJF wall printing high temperature filaments with a heated chamber. That sounds like overkill, but cool. Have fun. Oh, I missed somebody became a member. Somebody became a member. Who became a member? I missed that. I missed that. Raymond. No, not Raymond. Not Raymond. Who is it? Jerry. Thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, all I'm doing is just touching up a few joints. Do I need to solder any of these pads here on the back? I don't think I need to. Together. I don't know where my my little guy got in here earlier, and I don't know where my my little thing of solder remover went. So I got to do this the old-fashioned way. There we go. I think we're good. Nope. Okay. What song is playing right now? So for those that don't know, when I stream, I listen to stream beats because it's meant for streaming and I don't get copyright notices. But right now it is Notice Me. Actually, no, the song right now is called Ego. Or no. The song is Notice Me in the Ego album, I think. Yeah. I know. It's good background music. So we should be good there. Okay, everything's good there. Everything's good. I'm all happy, 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 happy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. There we go. Okay, so now we got to mount this guy. So unplug that. You can go over there. So this mounts to this, which mounts to this. Pino, thank you for becoming a member. Oh yeah, this was the Matter Hacker stuff. It's funny, like my profile that I use for everything, I use the same like ABS profile for all my plastics, right? I don't really change too much. So I'll get the profile that works with pretty much everything and I just kind of stick with it. I don't swap profiles around a lot. But then every now and then I get one plastic that prints fine, it just does not print within my happy spec. And that is the Matter Hackers blue. The black prints fine, but this light blue that I use for my switch wire here, it just, my holes are never clean. Every other ABS, M3 screws right through, no problem, no clearance problem, screws right in, everything's fine. These ones, yeah. Membership worth the cost of build assistance. That's why it's $2. Next week, I will try and do a member stream. What I will probably do is post on the Patreon and on the YouTube community thing for members. I'll put a post up, and I think I'll do like an AMA. So just like ask me a bunch of questions, and we'll just hang out and, I don't know, talk about stuff. I think I'm at the point where the community is large enough that an AMA would be kind of a welcome thing, maybe. We'll see. If not, whatever. But And because I'm lazy, I'm going to use flatheads on this too. Do you dry your ABS? Nope. For the most part, no. My room that I'm in is dry enough. You know, I'm in a basement. There was a little while there where we were kind of worried about humidity. So we bought a dehumidifier. It ran down here for a week, and I don't even think we got a cup of water. So I'm not too concerned about humidity down here. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so the probe. No, E-step. Oh, that's the extruder. So I gotta bring that over there. Okay. Oh, hopefully it's that bottom one. Oh, that's gonna be tight. I really hope I don't have to extend these wires literally a millimeter. So I'm gonna have to cut those. Oh, that's gonna be tight. That's gonna be tight. Okay, let me... where's the documentation for this? Domino Vox. Thank you for becoming a member. You know, during the AMA, one of the first questions would be, can we see whatever is behind on the printer? Sure. It's, no. Ce n'est pas un rideau. Ce n'est pas un rideau. Is there any documentation on the Heart K tool board? Or is that a thing I gotta go on Mr. Deep Fried's site to find the documentation for it? Electronics? While I'm doing that, why not check out Thangs? Make sure you create an account. If you have not created an account yet, go create an account. And on your account, if you have an account, make sure you enable two-factor authentication. Because you know, after recent events, you want to make sure you're double secured. You know, Thangs does have the whole proper encryption. I could look it up here if anyone actually wants to see. But they do have all their proper security, but they also have two-factor authentication to protect your account if any of your information may have accidentally leaked through some other site that potentially also holds 3D printing files and whatnot. Because you never know. You never know. Where's your documentation, Heart K? PCBs, Afterburner Toolhead. GitHub, Heart, MISC, PCB. PCBs, Afterburner Toolhead, preview. Okay, it brings up this one. Here's solid represent back for 24 4 and 5 volt fans and probes. Fans and jumpers are defaulted to 24 volt. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so since, yeah. So there's that. Okay. So I'm assuming I've got two probe ports here. Oh, ABL, and then the other one is the, okay. So if I'm looking at it, this probe down here right by the rabbit, this is the probe for the Hall effect, and then this upper one here, this is for my ABL probe. Okay, so we're good there, I believe. Oh, images for wiring. Wiring? Okay, that wiring. Okay, I don't think we'll get that far because I don't know where the pins are. I'm going to have to buy some, it looks like. Read the instructions. They've got hey, at least you put the positive and the minus. So that way I can't screw that part up. And then the heater is that big one I was doing. Yeah, heater 0. So I really got to find where I put those Molexes. That's going to be a bugger. If I lost that 14-pin Molex, I'm going to be not a happy camper. Because I put it all up here, and then I promptly moved it all, trying to make room. Because if they're just standard Molex, or are they micro? They're microfit, not Molex. Why do I keep saying that? They do have microfits. So the microfit 2s I have, or microfit 3s, the 2-pin. I do have those. So that should just clip right in, right? Oh no, that's a different style. Are these a different style? Oh wait, no, I gotta bend it up, that's why. Microfit 3, yeah. So I do have the 2-pin microfit 3s. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I don't know where that 14-pin one went. Shoot. So I'm going to need a male and a female side, and I'm going to have to dig for it, and if I don't have it, I may have to bug somebody to send me one. Oopsie doodles. So now we do some wiring, and this is the part that's gonna kind of suck. So let me at least get some sort of camera angle on here so you guys can see. And because why not? There we go. The only problem is this one's gonna be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna have to extend this one, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna have to replace the probe with a longer one, which I don't think I have longer probes. I think I'm out of probes, actually. Am I out of PL08 probes? I think I'm out of PL08. Oh, wait, no. Nope, I put it in Toasty. That one's in Toasty. Over here, nope. 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 Okay, so I'm out of PL08 probes, apparently. That ain't good. So this is the problem when you change everything over from one kind of setup to another. Is you're like me, you try to make everything as neat as possible with your current setup, which means short wires and whatnot. But then when you go to switch over to something else, those short wires might be too short, and then you're kind of screwed. Can I interest you in a ramps in these trying times, or a volcano, or random servos? Random servos are always good. USB is always good too. Dang it. Care package incoming. Okay. Thank you, Deep Fried. I have one on the bonsai. It's super glued to the bonsai. Otherwise I would. It's legit super glued to the bonsai. Honestly, I can just solder wire extensions on. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, wait. Nope, those are just the wires that I cut off one. Nope, that's a million fans. Yep, so I'm gonna have to get a new, some probes, it looks like. Yeah, I'm out of probes. Shoot, how can I be out of probes? I'm out of probes. Okay. Well, I can either solder extension on or do that. So we'll keep working on what we can work on in the meantime. No point crying over spilt milk right now. It's a switch wire. There's no. Is there a clicky? I don't know. Have you tried smoothing ABS Plus? ABS Plus usually does not vapor smooth too well because they have additives in it and whatnot. So for the most part, they tend to not vapor smooth too well. Nope, 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 nope. It's fun when I find like parts of old printers like buried. I should, oh my god, I should have one in the leftovers from, oh no, no, that wasn't a kit. That wasn't a kit, shoot. No. Nope. I was like, oh, I got one left over from the Toasty, but I bought the probes for Toasty. Oh well. Oh well, is what it is. The TLQ, yeah, I know I have 2 of them, but I'm using them both. And the crappy thing is to like, to order more, they're AliExpress, and I live in Canada, so we don't get them fast here at all. So, oh well. I'll dig for that. I'll look tomorrow for those things when I'm not on stream. But let's get back to at least doing some wiring for now. Dang it, I can't believe I lost that. Okay. For all I know, it fell somewhere. Okay, so where were we at? We can attach some of this. We're gonna attach some of this. So that goes there. So we're gonna need about that much for now. You probably order some from 2 local Canadian stores, Digimaker, and that. The probes, I'd rather not pay the legit price of those probes. Oh my god. Yeah, Canada shipping sucks. Like it's, you would think we're like, the problem is we're so spread out. It's like, for a lot of things, it's just not economical. So, does a toolhead board help prevent wire fatigue? If you're having wire fatigue at your toolhead, that's usually not the issue. Usually if you have wire fatigue, it's in the belt runs, the wire runs. So a trick with these fiberglass is after you strip it, you can go in there with your itty bitty flush cutters and just kind of trim away any of the excess fiberglass insulation. Clean it up a bit. Make sure not to cut the wires. What's in there? Is that male in there? Female. I can't see. That's female. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the female pins in there. Or male pins in there. So yeah, so I need the female. Surgical scissors. If you have them, yeah. It's just everyone has these ones already. And then cut off any excess. Because with the microfits, you really don't want too much wire being free. Because remember, half of it crimps onto the wire, the other half crimps onto the what is it, the sleeve or whatever? go. 1. You should try the Nipex Precision. Snips one day, 9% and it cuts the fiberglass clean like perfect. Nice. I've got a really good crimper. Like I've got my Engineer PA09. Like honestly, I use a cheap wire stripper. I need to upgrade my wire stripper. It's on my like list of tools to get one day. It's just kind of lower on the list right now. I still got to buy some equipment for the room, toolbox and whatnot. Oh, wrong way. There we go. There we go. Yeah, a little bit longer than it needs to be, but whatever. A little bit extra slack won't hurt anyone. There's my itty bitty wires. Now, so there's that, there's that. So, which one was it? The white was the part fan, right? The white was the part fan, so that's part fan. Part cooling fan is right there. Mr. Tofu Toast 542. Learned so much from all your streams. Thank you for the probe fund. Thank you.
Learned so much from all your streams. Thank you for the probe fund.
White mark part fan. Yes, yes. I did not forget. Wait a minute. Heart. Are these Molex KK? Please tell me those are Molex KK. Carrot feeder should be in the description. Or, oh, the carrot feeder. It would be just, it's on DFH's site. Pretty sure these are these Molex KK connectors? Or no, or are they JST? Oh, they're JST. No. Yeah, they're JST. Crud, I was hoping these were Molex KK. Yeah. I hate JSTs. Hopefully I got enough left over. Ooh, I'm running low on these too. Yeah, it's JST. Yep, JST. Dang it! They work, I like my Molex KK. I understand why. Ooh, what time is it anyways? 10. Ooh. 10 o'clock, we're gonna have a quick little break, grab a little bit of some refreshments. Okay with JST, hate DuPont. I just don't like how little JSTs are. Like, that's one thing I like about the Duet, they are Molex KK. That's okay, soldering iron's off. And most JST kits are kind of cheap and they crimp like Garbo, I find. Oh yeah, the DuPonts and their triangle fitting, like the fact that they don't overlap or whatever it is, so annoying. So annoying.
Refreshment time.
Okay, so if that goes like that, that's positive. So and that's negative. There we go. Wow, this one already wore right through. Oh shoot. Or I might have ripped it out. Okay. Break time. Let's see, what do we got today? We have Wisers. So the drink of choice tonight, the good old-fashioned Canadian whiskey, JP Wisers. DC Sublime 20, refreshment time. Cheers. That's good stuff. No, disposable, we can't play that game anymore. Too many people didn't understand the joke with that game, and now we can't play that game anymore. Yeah, we all suffer with wiring. It's been a while since I've subjected you guys to a wiring stream. And this isn't even going to be all of it, because we're going to do next week too. Just wait till we do the config stream. That's going to be fun. That is going to be a fun stream where we sit there and look at klipper configs for an entire afternoon. How do you handle ABS shrinkage when you need to get tight tolerances? Depends on the part. Like voron parts, for example, are designed with ABS in mind. So depending on what you're printing, if it's designed with ABS in mind, shrink might already be accounted for. If it's something that's not, like for example, I need to reprint my Oskitone Scout. This was designed for PLA, and ABS doesn't quite fit right. So I'm going to reprint it in PLA once I get the time to. So there's that. Trial and error, honestly. It's like when people ask me how I calibrate flow, I don't calibrate flow. I print 2 test pieces that need to like mesh together, or that need to have a certain like clearance, or basically I print 2 pieces or something that I can reference, and then I keep dropping my flow by a percentage until it fits and it works. And then once that's good, then I'm good. So I can't remember what the number is. But if you look at like Doc's PIF profile, that's pretty much what I'm running. Because yeah, you can do the extrude a line, but I don't like using measuring printed objects to calibrate the printer because it's mechanical and there's so many variables at play. Is your filament over wet? If your filament's like not as dry, or correction, what is it? If your filament's wet, it'll expand more after it's extruded. Like there's so many variables at play. I just go through trial and error. Okay, so it goes there, goes there. There we go. Thermistor 0. Just go with the flow. Kind of like wiring streams as long as there's some music. Yeah, if for anyone here who wants to stream building printers, at least have something in the background. So. Skipping the bourbon tonight, going for Kentucky ale. Ooh, pumpkin. I can't stand pumpkin. I can't stand pumpkin spice. I just, ugh. Extrusion multiplier is 0.935. Yeah, if it works, it works. And then the trick is over extrude to hell on your infill. It makes it stronger and speeds up print times by quite a bit. Revo is the future. The problem with printing a hollow cube, there's too many variables printing a hollow cube, unfortunately. Like, because that's not how a printer prints. Because the thing is, like, if a hollow cube is one single line, plastic contracts as it cools. So if you print with a thicker wall and you print with your inner wall before your outer wall, what's going to happen is as the plastic on the inner wall cools, it's going to pull in that outer wall, right? So if you're calibrating with just one wall, you're not printing with one wall though. Your infill, when your infill contracts, plastic shrinks. When we design molds for car parts, you have to take into account shrink. I've seen entire tools be scrapped because they got the shrink rate wrong. And you can't just like grow metal. You can weld it, and I think they saved most of it by welding the piss out of it. But when it comes to shrink rate, that's something that you need to account for. So it will pull in the other plastic. So you can't really just go off of printing one thing. It's like people who it's like people who calibrate their steps based off a cube, right? Oh, I printed my cube. And I measured it, and it's 0.5 millimeters big. Therefore, my steps are off. Is your flow rate correct? Is your nozzle size correct? Is your nozzle inconsistent? Like, is there something wrong in your nozzle so you're over extruding? Are you under extruding? Is your E steps off for your extruder? Is your extruder over extruding? Are you extruding a plastic that expands more? Are you printing too hot? Are you printing too cold? There are so many variables that will affect how that cube turns out. The E steps of your stepper is only one. And usually that's not it because that's a mechanical movement. If your stepper moves, if you got a 20-tooth belt, okay, or 20-tooth gear on it, and GT2 belt, and it is moving in a straight line, and that gear is dimensionally accurate, with most of them are, and the belt is dimensionally accurate, and your belt is moving in a straight line, and it's moving the bed in a straight line perpendicular to the belt, and it's not on an angle, one full rotation of the motor, as long as everything is correct, will be, what is it, 80 steps or 80 millimeters or whatever it works out to. It should be a solid number. It should be a round number. It's 80 steps per millimeter, right? Or is it 100? No, 100 is 16 tooth, right? So yeah, it's 80 steps per millimeter. So if it moves 80 steps of the stepper, it will move 1 millimeter. That's like a mechanical thing, so. Tool injection mold parts that have certain dimensions accurate to a few microns. Yeah, we do automotive mostly. So a few microns is way like, we're usually good. Actually, well, we're usually 1 to 3 thou. So 1 to 3 thousandths of an inch. Sorry, when it comes to tools, everything I know about tooling at our shop is in inch because we work in inches at work. So yeah, so 1 to 3 thou is the norm usually. Okay, so we got that. So now, what is EXS? EXS, what is EXS? End stop, right? Is that end stop? Or no, what is end stop? What happened to metric? It's just I work in a tool shop in Canada. Most tool shops in Canada operate under Imperial. Or a good chunk of them do. Considering the majority of our customers are extruder end stop. But that's the Hall effect, right? Barbarian units. Well, here's the thing. Inch is fine as long as you work in thousands. So as long as you work in thou, you should be okay, right? So like, you know, I'm not measuring by 16th or, oh, this is 3/32. No, this is a thou or 10 thou. So at least you're taking the inch and dividing it into something kind of normal. X end stop signal pin. Okay, so that is the end stop. So I do have an end stop in here, which is too short, I think. Yep. So my end stop for my X is too short. Shit. Crud. So that's 2 I gotta extend. I gotta extend the probe. Well, I can do these ones, so I can do these ones at least. I haven't used the smuff, so I can't really comment on it. Like, I can't really comment on things I haven't used. So yeah. So I'm going to need a new probe. I'm going to need to extend my wires for the end stop. Oh well, is what it is. Is what it is. It is what it is. By the way, did you guys catch Joel's video today with the wizard? What'd you guys think of that? Disposable Elite, $10. Thangs shout out. Yes, Thangs shout out. You don't need to pay me to say them. They pay me to say them. You don't need to do that. That's how it works.
Shout out. But
yes, they are a good site. I have been speaking with them about getting new features on, which I think like Prusa is doing Prusa's thing, and that's their thing. Thingiverse things. There's so many sites. There's My Cults, or was it, or My Minifig, Cults 3D. I've been speaking with Thangs, doing some things with Thangs. They're trying to get them to have some features that I think would be extremely beneficial to communities like the voron community or design communities. And if those things come through, I think it'll make the site even more betterer. But yes, they have heard your feedback. They will be getting, they're working on getting pictures uploaded. So when you like upload files, you can also upload like pictures for instructions and whatnot. Right now you can upload any license to Thangs. So if you upload voron parts, which you can upload voron parts to Thangs. So if you make a mod of an existing voron part, you can upload it to Thangs. You just have to attach the GPL v3 license. So the thing is, though, you have to download that license or the text for it and then upload that when you attach it. There's like a drop down, you can enter it. But they're working on adding actual drop down lists for it so that you can select which license you want to attach instead of having to manually attach a license. So if you're worried about what site to switch to, just create a folder on your desktop or on your Chrome tab and just have them all. Like, let's be honest, nobody uses one site. Like, they all have pros and cons. I really like Thangs features, but you know, not everything is on Thangs. So you don't have to stick with one sight. It doesn't have to be your sight. Use them all for what they're good for. If you have a Thingiverse account prior to a year ago. If you have a Thingiverse account, delete it. I did. In the bin. In the bin. There we go. Okay. That was a great camera view. Dominox. So a lot of sites do that where they do an aggregate search. Yegi does that too. But what you can do is when you search, you can just turn that off. You can select, you know, just search Thangs. Jan Yinda Tramal. That's a little. Good thing I have a lisp. Yes. Okay, so what am I doing here? So I need to look up manual because I need to see which one is which for the Hall effect. Okay, so red is VDD. So red is 5 volt, black is ground, yellow is output. So if I look at this, I have ground, signal, voltage. And then the manual calls for ground. Okay, so 3 is signal. So, okay. So yellow is signal, black is ground, red is voltage. Best wiring diagram is images. Okay, that's a Galileo cover. Installation is that one image. Wiring is toolhead. That doesn't show anything. That doesn't show anything. 4. It doesn't show anything for wiring up the actual toolhead itself. Installation is just that one image. Yeah, so red is 5 volt. So if that goes like that, and that goes like that, and that goes like that. And of course, I got one that doesn't stick out. Okay, one second here. Where is my pick? Pick. Get that uploaded. It's okay. Do it. Do it now. Yar, yar. There we go. Okay. So again, red is voltage. You want it to come in again? He can come in again. Nothing to stop him from coming in again. Ah. What you brought? Did you bring treats?
I did.
Oh. Seriously, dog? Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Shake paw. Okay. Say hello. Speak. 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 Okay. There you go. Good boy. If I keep him down here, he's just going to keep coming down here. He's already down here? Oh, he's outside the door.
Well, and then you go upstairs halfway. And
Doggo.
Whine.
Tuck, tuck, tuck.
Oh.
And come back down.
Oh, jeez. Is that good? You're interrupting my workflow, doggo. You're interrupting my workflow. Now you're gonna drool all over my floor on top of shed dog hair everywhere. Look at that. This is what I gotta deal with. What I gotta deal with all day, every day.
Go for the legs.
Look at that. Look at that. This is you. This is you. Look at this.
Doggo times
That's
2.
what I deal with every day. You're gumming up my rails. You're gumming up my rails and linear bearings with your dog fur. There's no point in vacuuming with him. Clogs up the vacuum. Ugh. He's a good boy. He's somebody probably asked, he's 10? 9, 10 now? He's a shepherd husky, for those that don't know. He needs a good brushing. He gets brushings. He's just a shedding machine. Okay, so signal is in the middle. And that is on the other side. Oop. Yeah, believe me, he gets all the brushings and all the pets and all the attention and everything. And he just sheds. He sheds. There we go. Okay, there we go. So we have power in, we got that, we got that. You guys can't see anything because I moved this camera. We've got dog fur everywhere. So unfortunately these two are too short. This one has to go up here. This one has to go there. And then I can reach. That's 5 volt. I don't need 5 volt. The motor, I could run the motor at least. Motor will come up and go there. The moment I get wiring, my desk becomes a mess. The moment I start wiring, my desk becomes a mess. Every time. Every time. Invest in a Furminator. What is a Furminator? We don't have packs of huskies to commute to work. That is like, why would you assume that? Like, do you not know like how big the average Canadian family is? We use moose. Cheap accelerometers with Quippler. Are you talking about the ADXL 345? I use the cheapest one that I could buy off Amazon at the time, and it works just fine. Let's change the music up a bit. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Let's go with let's go to EDM. Go. Okay, so what was I talking about earlier? Oh yeah, did you guys catch Joel's video about the Wizard 1, which is a printer the 14-year-old kid built? And if you did see it, what'd you think of it? So I'm surprised nobody's brought that up yet. Oh, I don't have the sponsor block in this view. Boom! There we go. Parts were bad. Yeah, the 3D printed parts were bad. I don't know if it's just what I don't know what he printed them on. They were PETG. And he did paint them. Wiring will haunt my nightmares. Yeah, that isn't getting a serial. Although, honestly, critique that all you want. I've seen worse builds from grown adults on the Voron Discord. I've seen much worse builds from grown adults on the Voron Discord. So, yeah.
Hit that like button, folks. Have to remind myself.
The only printed parts that I've seen that were actually bad were the, oop, did I miss a $5? Oh, DC Sublime, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Hit that like button. It's not hit the like button, it's like the smash button. Come on. You like the smash button because hitting that like button or smashing that like button, that's what like the popular YouTubers do. And I'm not a popular YouTuber, so we can't do that here. Do I look like Mr. Beast? Do I look like PewDiePie?
Futurama is better than Simpsons, prove me wrong.
Futurama is better than Simpsons, prove me wrong. Futurama was created by the peak Simpson writers. Like the first original seasons of Futurama were created by like the cream of the crop of Simpsons writers. Like, because the thing is, Simpsons haven't been good. I work with people. There are people that I work with who have kids, okay? So there are people that I work with who have mortgages, who have kids playing hockey right now that were born after Simpsons stopped being good. And he's not hiding. Yeah, so that's the thing. I seen a lot of people, like, there were people on the Voron Discord, and I've seen it in a few other places. Oh, he's ripping off Voron, blah, blah, blah. For those that have never actually read the license that Voron is released under, anyone can use Voron design anything. If you can find it on the Voron design GitHub, you can use it for whatever purpose you want. Prusa can legit build a one-to-one Voron and sell it tomorrow if they wanted to. The only thing they have to do is follow the GPL v3 license, which states that they have to give accreditation to the original creators. So they have to basically put this design was designed by or inspired by Voron design. They have to link back to the source, so put a link to the GitHub page. And then if they make any modifications to the original files, they have to post those modified files and also release them under the GPL v3 license. And that's when it goes for sale. So his site crashed. I have spoken to him. He knows he has to do those things, which you just add some lines to a website. It's not like, oh, why would he? Some people were like, oh, he's not going to do that. It's like, why? It doesn't cost him anything. He doesn't lose anything by doing it. And it prevents a headache in the future from improperly following a license. So, yeah. I might already have the Prusa XL. Who knows? This might be a Prusa XL. What is a Prusa XL? Nobody knows yet. All I know is a bunch of guys designing printers in their basement with their free time for no profit have come out with 6 printers in the time that Prusa has come out with none. So I think the Prusa Mini is now older than the 2.4. And in that time, we had the 2.4. Ah, dang it, I keep crimping this one wrong. 2.4, V0, 1.8, Legacy, Switchwire, and Trident. In a year and a half. In terms of full printer releases. Nice Prusa XL KB3D, $15. Thank you, appreciate it. Oh, and 0.1, so 7 printers, yeah. V0 and V01, so yeah, 7 printers. 7 printers, an extruder, yeah.
Nice Prusa XL.
Switchwire for Legacy. Yes, Legacy was Christmas last year. It was a Christmas-like thing. Because for some reason, for those that haven't caught on, RCF releases something cool every year for Christmas, but nobody's noticed that yet. Warren team doesn't deal with logistics, sourcing, hiring. Oh, I know that. I know that. I'm that mostly is in jest. I absolutely know that running a company and like all that entails definitely affects things. Like there's no way Voron would be anywhere as big as it is and us having this amount of printers if we actually had to run this as a company. Like that's one of the advantages of this not being a company. Like for those that don't know, the Voron design team, I think we're at like 2 or 3 dozen people already. Like if you look at anyone on the Discord who is crew. So crew, engineer, admin. If anyone has one of those 3 flags on their name on the Discord, they are Voron team, I guess. It's not even really a team, it's like a design cabal at this point. And at any point, one of those people on the team can design a printer and be like, hey, is this a Voron? And we can go, oh, okay, yeah, it's a Voron. And then, hey, it's a Voron. So, like, Trident was Steve. V0 is all Nemgria. 2.4 and, yeah, 2.4 is all Russian cat food. Switchwire is all Russian cat food. Legacy is all Russian cat food. But, yeah. Oh, and now moderate. 4 dozen. Oh, we got 4 dozen, yeah. Like, and for those wondering how to get on the Voron design team, design cool shit like this, and we might think you're cool and invite you in. That's how you get on the team. There's no application. If we see you're part of the community, you're contributing good, you're designing cool things, or if you're just helping a lot. I think the recent person we brought in was just somebody who helped a lot. It was just, you know, somebody everyone saw on the Discord is like, yeah, he's a cool guy, let's bring him in. So, yeah. So I can't do those 2, and obviously I can't do the wiring in the back now. So I think we're going to be hitting that snag where we kind of can't go anywhere else because we can't go anywhere else. So I think I'm going to take a look for those parts, but I think that's probably going to be the end of stream, or at least the end of productive work on stream, because without the that 14-pin connector, we can't really go any further. It's kind of 54. Oh, shoot. What do you do in the Voron team? We post spicy memes. Spicy memes. That's all it is. It's just memes. So I'm all cleaned up. I know this is legit. Like, I don't know how, like, this is the first time I've actually gone to get a haircut since before COVID. Before COVID, or during the whole COVID thing, I literally just took a 1/2-inch trimmer and just buzzed my whole head and called it a day every couple of weeks.
Next
I really wish I
Voron, call
knew
it
that
the
one.
XL.
That's gonna
So
bug me
Prusa
now.
can't use it.
I really wish I knew where that went. It's in one of these boxes. I guarantee you it's in one of these boxes. I gotta go through this room. I got so
Have
much
you
random
checked out the 0G
stuff because I
Mercury
I
one?
half move things around to get it better organized, and I never quite finished. So everything's kind of everywhere, unfortunately. This sucks. I really wish I knew where I put that. Alexander, no, next voron call it the XL, so Bruce can't use it. No, we wouldn't. That's being a dick. Have you checked out the Z or G Mercury one? That's a mod, I want to believe. 0 G Mercury 1. That sounds familiar. Official release. Oh yeah, that's like an Ender 5. That's an Ender 5, is it? Converted to a voron, basically. That haircut, that's close. This is the haircut I honestly got for years. For those that don't know, I spent 6 years in Canadian Reserves. I literally just got this haircut every 3 weeks. One on the side, finger length up top. Every 3 weeks I went and got this haircut, and I work in a tool shop. I don't have anyone to impress, so I just kind of rolled with it. I work in a tool shop, I'm married. What do I care? It's less work. Oh. I think I found it. No, wait, these are 214. No, dang it. Okay, I thought I found them. I got a bunch of connectors here, but none of them are shoot. I thought I found them here, but they're not. These are, what is he, 5-pin, 5-pin, 4-pin, 4-pin, 4-pin. Yeah, none of these are the 7 pins that I would need. Dang it, I thought I had them. So I found this little baggie that had all the extras. Let me double check through all that stuff. Because there may have been another one that I missed. Nope, this isn't it. That's an Ender 5 Core XY mod. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. How are you finding 1.1? I just finished with the hardware. I know I don't have a 1.0 to compare to, and this thing still isn't operational, so I can't really fully compare, but it went together pretty okay. Reserves, that's where you get your t-shirt. That's why I have so many of these OD green shirts. Before I got out, for anyone who's ever been in the Canadian military, you get points every year that you can spend on like uniform stuff and whatnot. And when I got out, I literally used up all my points to I got as many OD green shirts, as many leather gloves, as many socks that I could get. Basically anything that I could like use not in the army anymore, I got. Use a 3 and 4 pin. No, I can't because it's a 14 pin I need. I found all the... Yeah, come on. Nope. Nope. Oh, I found a bunch of probes, but the wires are all short because they've all been used already. Oh, I did find an Omron, but it's been used. Dang it. What did I use this one in? Okay, now I got dog hair all over that. Great. You're gonna go over there. What printer are you touching the carrot to? This guy for now. I may be switching that up in the future. We shall see. That's why I printed it in just generic voron colors, because I may be switching what printer this attaches to in the future. I don't know for sure if I will be, but that is a potential. So I printed it in generic voron colors for now, so that way if I do switch it up in the future, it doesn't, like, it'll be printer agnostic. Yeah, I don't know where that 14 pin went. I don't think that if I had one. Shoot. Yep, so it looks like I'm gonna have to get a 14 pin connector and a probe by next week. That really sucks. Ah, poopy. Okay, 14 pin connector and a probe. I found another one, but it's still short. Could I attach it to an V01? Yes. I would actually attach it on the side or the back. You could probably attach it on the back if you really wanted to, and just feed the filament up and in. Or, you know, just have it sit separate. But you could do it. You could do it. Like, the only thing is the tool head of the afterburner, or the mini afterburner, doesn't have that end stop in it. So it won't be as functional as the existing ones. Not much space for a purge block. Yeah, that too. Is a tiny. I'm gonna have to run 4 more wires through this too. Shoot. Any idea why they removed the carry handle on 2.4? You can still use the old ones. They were removed because the tool handles also function as for putting the panels. So when you take your panel off, you almost got me. When you take your panel off, it sits on top of the handles. When we moved to the doors that open to the front, we got rid of the carry handles. But you can just print the old ones and just use those. Personally, I like the door that fully removes. So both of my V2s still have the handles. Spent 5 years duty as infantry. Career sucks. It does. Like, so I did 6 years infantry reserves, Canadian Forces. I never deployed. I joined in. I was in from 08, late 08 to late 2014, I think. Yeah. I never deployed because by the time I got in, by the time I finished my basic, finished all my training, whatever, we were winding down in Afghanistan. There really was no chance to deploy. So I did a bunch of domestic ops. I've been to the Arctic and whatnot, but I never deployed. So I don't claim to be a vet or anything like that. I don't talk about it too much because there's really weekends and Tuesday nights and the odd weekend and training and whatnot. But I know people, like, because I work with a bunch of young people at work, and they're like, oh, I want to join the army. I'm like, if you do not ever join infantry or any of the combat trades, because when you get out, you will have nothing to show for it. Because when you go to an interview and you're like, oh, I can land a 40 mic in a garbage can at 200 yards, that, you know, doesn't sound as good as, oh yeah, you know, I worked on aircraft, or I serviced, you know, big rig diesel trucks in the field, you know, or I was a radio technician. Like, if you join the army as something temporary, like, hey, I just want to do the reserves during college or whatever, join something that will give you a trade skill out of it. And also not absolutely destroyed backs and knees. So. Yeah, because I know a lot of people that were in, and they their backs are screwed. My knees are bad, and I never even did a deployment. Like, yeah. Yeah, so it all depends. Like, obviously, there are people that do the infantry thing and they get out and they, you know, make it work. But like, if you're gonna go in for, if you only plan on going in for a few years, at least try and do something, in my opinion, that will also aid in your education or aid in some sort of career progression once you're out. Because yes, it's fun to run around the woods with a machine gun, but once you leave the army, that's not really a transferable skill. Brother's knees are messed up from reserves. I had the opportunity the summer before I got out. They came up to me and they're like, hey, you want to do a jump course this summer? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I am not jumping out of a plane when I'm planning on getting out of the army in 3 months. Nope. So, what pumpkin am I printing? It is from Thangs, who is sponsoring the stream tonight. Let me pull it up here. History, recent. It is this one. So this is what I'm printing right now. I printed one earlier. It was this one, which my son has already dropped, so it's cracked. But I printed that one earlier. This is the one that's printing right now. Actually, orange, orange, orange. There we go. See? See, that's one of the cool features on Thangs. You can color your model before you print it. And if you have the actual like ASCII code, you can plug it in so you can see what your print will look like. And then if you're on your phone, you can see it in VR too. Looks like you pre-morning coffee. Ooh, ooh. Actually, it's coming along pretty good. Let me get some B-roll. By the way, having a dedicated video camera that I use just for videos constantly in this room makes capturing B-roll so much nicer now, because I can just grab the camera, turn it on, record whatever that's printing, and then put it away. Because before, the camera that you see right there, that was the camera I did a lot of recording on. So I ended up getting lazy and just leaving this camera hooked up all the time and just recording into the computer. That's why if you watch so many of my videos, it's from this camera angle, because I would have to take the HDMI out, I have to take the dummy battery out, I have to put the regular battery in, and then move it to wherever. Because if I leave the dummy battery in, it's a pain because it's got a plugged into the wall and it's whatnot. It's got a short lead on it, so I got to connect it to an extension because I don't always want the extension plugged in. So I ended up recording a lot of stuff on a phone, which doesn't work out too good. So I used to use my phone for B-roll. I actually have a any of my time lapses are literally this setup right here. This is my old S8, and I use hyperlapse, and I just use like this $15 tripod, and this is how I do all my time lapses. And I used to use that for my B-roll. But now that I'm doing videos in 4K, I might as well use the camera because it's literally right here. It's like, oh, hey, okay, it's off. I want to record something. Lens off. Turn it on. It's on. Okay, record, 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 record. Okay, done. Stop. Off. Done. And then I got the tripod right there, so if I need to tripod anything, I got the quick detach and I click it onto there. Usually I do unplug the shotgun mic and put the lab in if I'm doing speech. But the shotgun mic's good enough for like just regular quick things, so. I've spent quite a bit of money in the last little bit upgrading the setup, and I'm still not done. I still need to buy things for the room. Quick tour. So I got the resin corner over there. So I used to have a shelf here, and it was one of those Costco shelves that you stack together. I took off half of it. The other half is right here. This needs to all be cleaned up, and I want to build a workbench here. And I need to get an actual toolbox there. For the resin's still gonna be on top of the toolbox, but then I'll have all the shelves because I have so much little things like these, right? Like I have stacks of these, and I'd rather have them in drawers because it's just a mess because things fall over. Like I got a ton of stepper motors. I'd rather just have a whole bunch of little drawers. So we'll be doing a dedicated video on the ERC. Once I get it all done, I will be doing like a review video on it, I think. As for like a standalone video for how to build one and do all the things, maybe I'll do one for the firmware itself, depending on how that goes. But I don't know. I won't do like a full build video, obviously, because I did that on stream. What max quality stream if 1080p if using 4K? Oh, because when I'm streaming, you're limited to 6,000 kilobits. So I think I can stream at 4K. Output. I can stream at 4K. The problem is my A5100 that I use for streaming, which is this camera right here, is only 1080p. So yeah, and it's YouTube, so you are limited to 6,000 kilobits when you're streaming. So did I just root? When I moved rooms, I had like 4 printers. Now I have 12. And I didn't have as much equipment too. Should I stream in 4K? The capture card. So I have 3 video sources, right? I've got, you know, this one, which is the A5100. I've got this one, which is I can't remember what camera this is. It's a Canon Vixia, I think. It's a Vixia. God, that orange looks horrible, eh? Blown out. I'll explain why in a second. My screen, and then the C920. Hello, it's just a C920. There you guys are. Say hello, chat. Everyone wave to yourselves. So this one is a Sony A5100. I've got a fixed 24mm lens on it. I used to have the kit lens. I switched to a fixed 24. I think it looks a little bit better. Plus I always ended up changing it to 24. It does have autofocus, but I disabled it because I run it at an f-stop of 7.1. If you've watched Tom's videos, or his live streams, he runs with a very shallow depth of field. So everything looks really good, but then it gets really blurry before and after that focus point. I'm not a fan of that because I'd rather, you know, this is clear. It's starting to get blurry right about there, right about there. But the thing is, you can see everything on my workspace clear enough at once. I'm not a fan of, you know, everything being in and out of focus. Yes, it looks cool, but like, you know, the only benches looks clear and my face still looks clean. Like it's still in focus. So I run at a big f-stop. So I turned off autofocus because it was constantly annoying, so I just leave it fixed. That goes through a cam link into a USB 3 port. So that is a cam link, which can do 4K. It's Cam Link Pro or whatever. It can do 4K. This one is just into one of those cheap $15 AliExpress 1080p HDMI captures, which is why you get the absolute blown out colors. And then the obviously the C920 just plugs right in. I gotta clean the screen, I think. 1 second, let me clean that up. There you go. That looks better. There we go. Ta-da! A lot of people on a budget use a GoPro. Yeah, the problem with GoPro is for this kind of content, I don't think it's as good because I'm moving around a lot. The problem I ran into is when I was setting up, okay, I guess we're talking about setups now, so we're done with the printer for tonight. The problem I ran into when I was getting started is I looked up a ton of guides. So at first when I started streaming, it was just like the C920 plugged into a laptop and that was it. Go watch some of my first streams that are horrible in terms of production values. And I barely talked. They were bad. But what was I talking about? Oh, if you look up tutorials, everything about streaming setups is based around, okay guys, tonight on Fortnite we're playing Call of Duty Warzone and I have the purple and blue lights in the background and the camera is just focused on me and I don't move and I just sit here and I play a video game. And my picture is usually in the corner of the screen. And as you can see, like this, I move around, I'm constantly, you know, I'm working on a bench here, you're seeing things in, like, it doesn't work that way. So I bought the A5100 and honestly, I should have bought a different camera because I watched those guides and it's like, oh, that ain't great for this setup. So, yes, I'll put the hat on, make you guys happy. There we go. His poor left ear is all screwy. There we go. Yay. There we go. So yeah. So I've kind of had to figure out some of the stuff on my own. Like at first I used a boom mic, which I still have right here. And with the gain boosted, because it's like, oh, just get a good boom mic. And I'm like, okay. So I got a boom mic, but the problem is, if I'm on the mic talking all the time, it's fine. But the thing is, like, I'm over here talking, and it's like, oh, okay, oh, shoot, I gotta look for a part. Okay, I'm over here, I'm talking. At least with the lav, you know, I've got a Rode Wireless Go here. You can hear me everywhere. So yeah, a lot more equipment. And the thing is, like, I do want to upgrade. Like, the reason I haven't upgraded this, I'm not going to buy another cam link, because why would I buy another cam link? The next upgrade would be going to like a capture card in the computer, like an actual 4 HDMI, like a, what is it, a Blackmagic Pro, or I can't remember what it's called, but like an actual 4 HDMI in capture card, like an actual dedicated proper capture card. Because why would I keep getting cam links? Because right now I'm actually like USB limited. If I get another USB capture card, a 4K one, I think you can only run like one per USB port. I'm filled. Yep. Would Klipper improve any stock printer? Yes, in my opinion, yes. The Camlink 4K Pro PCI Express. By the way, this hat is hot as shit. Elgato Camlink Pro 4K. Nope. Oh, okay, so that's not bad. So, and this is Amazon.com, obviously. Okay, so it's PCI Express. So the problem is I run into, if I look in my computer here, hey chat, let's go on an adventure. So if we look at my computer here, I've got a Ryzen 3100. I've got 16 gigs of RAM, literally a cheap 120 gig SSD. I do, that's right. I did buy this motherboard. Okay, so I've got a 1060 in here, which now that I'm actually using GPU or CPU encoding, because this doesn't have the newest NVENC, it's pretty much doing nothing, but it's a 1060. I've got a separate USB card in there for more USB 3.0 ports, but I actually have a full other PCI Express link in there, because this is like the reason I bought this motherboard is because I can literally fit 2 PCI Express cards and have the expansion card, and literally a thermal take. Probably this thing will probably blow up at some point, but I might be PCI Express lane limited at some point. So that's the thing, like, it's only got a Ryzen 3100 in there. Was it Tom runs with a Threadripper? Because you need a ton of PCI lanes once you start going a lot. So yeah, so I could put that Camlink card in, and then I wouldn't need the, but that would be my next like big thing, would be that. No, Domino Vox, I have 2 full PCI Express 16 slots in there. So I have 2 full PCI Express 16 slots, and then I have 1 PCI Express 1X slot. The 1X slot has a PC or USB 3.0 expander. So I would have to, if I'm not mistaken, how many lanes do I have? It's not even a 3100X, just a 3100 too. 24. Okay, yeah, so I can have, so 16 on there, so 16, 16, 24. So what I would probably have to do is bifurcate, which I think I can. So you split the top and bottom ones, 8 each, which I'm not running games, so. Oh, hey, the pumpkin is done. I'll let that cool for a bit and pull it off the bed. Can we get a shop tour? RJ, I will be doing a shop tour where I actually like break down everything in my equipment and whatnot after I get the workbench, or the tool bench, or the tool chest over here, and I get a workbench here, because right now it's kind of a mess still. I'd rather get it all cleaned up and proper into its like hopefully final state until I do that. But if you want a shop tour right now, focus. Behold my stuffs. And then, oh yeah, this was a recent project. So closet, which I turned into a walk-in closet with more storage, which, yeah. Because you need room. Oh my God, there's so much room, so many things. Yeah, so I'd have to bifurcate it. So instead of them both being 18x or 16x, they would just both be 8x, which, considering I'm not running anything too heavy, wouldn't be an issue. The bottom slot is only 4x. Yeah, actually, I don't even know what kind of motherboard I have. It's a B450 Aurora Sam. B450 Aurora M. So this is my motherboard. So I could put a 5 series in there, but why would I? I have the reason I went Ryzen 3100 on here is my computer upstairs has a 3700X. So if I ever upgrade the 3700X, the 3700X would come down here. So, let's see. And I could put another 16 gigs of RAM. I have 16 gigs in here right now, and I don't think I'm running into any limits. Like, yeah, so right now, okay, I can't switch over. I'm only using 48% of my RAM when I'm streaming, so. Spec overview. Okay, where's my PCI Express? Tell me about my PCI Express. I don't care about the LEDs. Tell me about the PCI Express. Tell me about the PCI Express. Connectors, okay. Gamecaster, ooh. Oh, it's on the picture? Oh yeah, X4. So yeah, it's an X4.
The impromptu tour was the highlight of my week.
Yeah, so it's an X4. Which I think this only needs a 4X anyways. Yeah, so this would be fine. Yeah. So yeah, so I could do that. That would actually probably be my next major like equipment thing after I get the room kitted out, is go to that. So yeah. Well, it's got 24, so I would have 16 go. Oh, because I also got an M.2, but I don't think I'm using the M.2 in here. Yeah, the yeah, I'm not using the M.2 in here, I don't think. Actually, I'm pretty sure, is there an M.2? I could have sworn there's an M.2 in there. Anyways, I'm not using it. I literally have the cheapest, oh yeah, I do have an M.2, I'm just not using it. I literally have the cheapest, 120 gig SSD in there that I paid like the cheapest amount for. E2Q, $2. The impromptu tour was the highlight of my week. Oh, there you go. So I'm fine. So yeah, so I'm literally I stream at 1080p. I'm not streaming 4K with 5 4K cameras going into it while rendering at the same time. So. So yeah, so we're good. It also has color. I keep forgetting that it has color, but it's like the dumbest color ever because it's just like one little itty bitty strip. So. I can see the display on your V01. I'm thinking of adding it to mine. Yeah, it's the I can't remember what it's called. The micro display, the V0 micro display. You can buy it complete from LDO, but yeah. It's nice. I honestly don't use screens that much because I run headless most of the time. but it is a nice screen that fits the printer. So I think I'm going to call the stream there. Let me get this guy off. Ooh, that bed's still warm. Where is my spatula? There we go. There we go. There you go. So those are the 2 pumpkins I've printed so far. I'm going to print another one actually like right now. Print. There we go. And I'm printing a ton of pumpkins. So I've got 1.8 kilograms of the filament to use. And yeah, this is, for those that don't know, this is that Replatech made in Canada PLA orange. Focus. And if you want to print one of these yourselves, or if you want to print, you know, the awesome Sith lightsaber, link in the description, because Thangs is sponsoring the show tonight. Again, over 3,000 models. Does it look orange in real life? Yes, it's very orange. And if you want to see it more orange, you can look at this screen, although this really blows the colors out. But yes, thank you to Thangs for sponsoring the stream tonight with over 3 million models and counting. Awesome features like augmented reality viewing of 3D models before you print them, the assembly view, the ability to search by model, and many more features. Read their blogs. They actually have some pretty good blogs about content or features they're adding to the site. They also run a lot of contests, so make sure you follow them for that. So I want to give a shout out to them for sponsoring the stream tonight. For everyone who joined, unfortunately we couldn't get too far with this because we did run into material limits and the fact that I lost shit, which kind of sucks, but it happens. For anyone who donated, you're awesome. For anyone who just watched the stream, you're awesome. Anyone who became a channel member, you're awesome. Hope you all enjoyed this content. Thank you for supporting the things I do and the content I create. Hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. We'll continue with the Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder next week. I've got a wedding to go to tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed after I finish my drink, of course. What else? What else? What else? Am I forgetting something? No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. Cheers.